Hello, everybody. We should be going live here in any second. Let's make sure everybody is perfect. All right. Yep. Perfect. So we are live over here on YouTube. And I think if I did this correctly, we should be live in the community free group. If I did this correctly. I don't know if I did, but we'll find out when it's all said and done. So, hello. Let me get us live logged in on Instagram. All right. Just make sure everybody is here. Is this? Okay. So this is something new. We're trying something new for the new year, right? So we just made our group by request. If you didn't join the Facebook group, we are live in the Facebook group. We're live on Instagram and we're live on YouTube. So we got 3 lives. We're trying to do it all. We're trying to hit it all. But also, more importantly, I'm trying to give you a place to maybe store some of these classes if you wanted to look at it maybe on a bigger screen. So that's why we do it. We're on everything. We're trying to be everywhere. So let me know how you're doing. We are here for our first yoga and Pilates class of the year. So if you're here and you've joined us all of 2024, well, guess what? We're back at it again for 2025. And being that we started doing this in, I'll say what, it was April of 2024, we have a full year at our disposal, right? We have a full year to learn and to grow. And that's why this first class of the year, obviously it makes sense, is that we're going to go and do our mobility, our flexibility. You already voted on it in the broadcast channel, but we're going to do it very basic. I'm talking very basic. I'm talking sun salutation. I'm talking what the hell is a transition, very basic stuff so that we can kind of get reacquainted with our practice. So if this sounds good, let me know in the chat. If not, we're doing it anyways, but we're going to be doing our 20 minutes of core. We're going to be doing our Pilates and we're going to be doing 20 minutes of yoga. Now, since it's the new year, we've always done the core Pilates in the beginning. We're going to switch it up and we're going to do the yoga to start. So we will get ourselves started here at 10:05. So give yourself, you got 3 more minutes. So get yourself settled in. If you got to go run to the bathroom, you got to go get yourself a drink. You got to make sure you clear your area. We're going to get started here in 3 minutes. The sun's blaring in. You never know what's going to happen here. But yeah, get yourself started. We're going to get started at 10:05. So let me know in the back. Let me know if you're excited. Let me know. Let me see what's going on. How's everybody doing this morning? Let me make sure we have the audio. You can hear me all well. Perfect. So we're going to get this stuff going today. Now, let me know if you're excited. Let me know if you're ready to get yourself going. Let me move this bag a little bit over here. And one of the things that we really want to talk about before we get ourselves going is the breathing. Right? Is when we start breathing, we start doing a lot of our yoga, we start transitioning into the Pilates or vice versa, is that the breathing is going to be a little bit different. And I want to explain this a little bit more in detail since this is the first class essentially of the new year, is that when we're breathing in yoga, right? Essentially, there's a couple different ways, but there's something called a Ujjayi breath. And essentially that's breathing deep down in the diaphragm. And if you want to just a quick overview of it, you can just inhale and then exhale all the way out through your mouth and feel like that real emptiness. And then I want you to start to breathe into there. We can go into that a little bit later. But I want you to really think about when you inhale, you're breathing in through the nose and then you're exhaling out through the nose. It's a little different. And then when we go ahead and transition into our Pilates, we inhale through the nose, but we exhale out through the mouth. And the reason we do this is because you want to be able to contract the core. And when we exhale out through the mouth, you actually contract not only your internal, external obliques, but your neck, your chest, and it just keeps the spine aligned. So anytime, it's a good rule of thumb, anytime you're doing work, essentially, you should always do it with an exhale so that you're bracing yourself, like when you squat and you're coming back up. But that's a whole nother class. We're going to get ourselves set, getting ready for yoga and Pilates. So the very first thing we are going to do is we're going to start standing. So I know this is a little different from our last year. We always did the Pilates first, but we're going to start standing. And essentially what I want you to do is find your hip hinge right here. So if you can see, I got my hands right kind of where your waistline is, right where that hip hinge, right where your hip is. I want you to inhale, roll your shoulders back, have a slight knee bend, and I want you to exhale, start to straighten the back and get yourself into a flat back position. And you can see how I'm hinging. You might start to feel this right here out of your hamstrings. I want you to take a deep inhale and then exhale, come all the way up, squeezing the butt. And I want you to try this 5 times so you can try to reinforce this hip hinge. Now, if you find yourself leaning and losing your balance, grip your big toe in, exhale, come back up. Inhale back, sticking the butt back. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings, feel that stretch, and then exhale. Make sure you're sinking back. We don't want you pushing with the knees. 2 more. Inhale. Hold that position. And then exhale. Come back up. Last one. Sink that butt back. And then I want you to stay here, but then you're going to extend your right arm forward. You're going to extend your left arm forward. Hold here for 2 breaths. Feel the legs start to maybe get a little shake and bake. We're getting warm here. 3, 2, inhale. Bring yourself all the way up. Let me face you. It's probably a little bit better I do this from here. And get your legs a little wider. We're going to inhale. Bring your hands all the way up. Take a deep exhale, reach, and then inhale, slowly sink. Watch my hips. We sink back into, no, we're not going all the way down into a squat. It's about a 3/4 of a squat. You inhale down, get this energy, and then exhale, come back up. So it's more or less an inhale down, exhale up. And again, teaching yourself to sink the butt back. Exhale, come back up. Inhale, making this circle, pushing your knees out to the side. And if this does feel like there is some sort of discomfort in your knees, maybe you just do the arms and you stay static like this instead of going all the way down and back up. But we're trying to warm up the legs. We're trying to warm up the quads here. Inhale down, exhale up. Let's do 1 more. Exhale. And then keep your legs in this wide position. I want you to grab your hip hinge, slight knee bend, roll your shoulders back, inhale, exhale, fold all the way down. Go about halfway, that hip hinge that we just learned. Keep your back flat. Exhale, your hands come all the way down. And I want you just to hold here. Now, if this feels discomfort, you can have your hands like this right here on your knees. And what we're trying to do here is establish a mind-body connection with the posterior chain, your hamstrings, maybe your calf. Wherever you're at, I want you to grab your hip hinge, inhale, exhale, bring yourself all the way back up. I'm going to do that 1 more time. So inhale, roll your shoulders, exhale, hinge. Inhale, your arms come down, whether it's at your knees, whether it's all the way down. But you want to keep your back flat. And from here, you exhale, allow your head to just fold all the way down. You grab your elbows, and maybe you can swing from side to side, going into this ragdoll pose. And really feel how when you go to side, you feel these different muscles turn on. You feel the hamstrings start to maybe yell at you a little bit. Maybe it's your inner thighs. Whatever it is, just keep an eye on that. Your hands come down. Inhale, get length, and then exhale, just fold all the way down. Allow your head to hang below the heart here. This is really good for your blood. Maybe you got a little shake and bake in your hamstrings. I know I do. In 3, 2, 1. Slowly inhale, come all the way up halfway to your fingertips. Walk your feet in. Inhale, and then exhale if you can grab your hinge, and then come all the way back up. Now that we kind of feel, oh, starting to get a little warm in here, we're going to stand to the back of our mat, and I want you to inhale, reach all the way up, and I want you to exhale, fold all the way down. This is a standard forward fold. I want you to inhale to that flat back position. And we exhale, come all the way down, and I want you to step out 1, 2, 3 steps until you get into this high plank position. And then I want you to go to knees, your chest, and chin. And then I want you to scoop yourself all the way up while you roll the shoulder back and squeeze the butt. Now, if this is too much on your lower back, you can come all the way down into what we call the baby cobra. But I want you to inhale, tuck your toes under, bring yourself into a tabletop position, and then exhale, push yourself back into a bent knee, downward facing dog. And when we're in this downward dog position, a good rule of thumb is that you always stare down. I'll say this a million times, is that you always stare down or in between your hands. So you never want to look at your feet because that's what's going to strain your neck. I want you to walk your hands all the way to your feet. Inhale, and then slowly come up with an exhale, 1 vertebrae at a time. And let's go ahead and do that one more time. So this is what we call the sun salutation. So we inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold nice and slow all the way down. Inhale to the flat back. And we exhale, step out 3 steps. We go knees, chest, and chin. We scoop, rolling the shoulders back. We tuck the toes under, exhale, push the butt all the way back up. And again, you want to push through your thumb and your pinky finger, or your pointer finger here. And let's hold here for 3 deep breaths. So inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Do one more deep breath. And I want you to go ahead and lift your left leg all the way up and bend it into your chest. Step it all the way through your hands and then drop that knee all the way down and bring yourself all the way up into this bent knee position. When we're in this bent knee position, we're going to do a little flow here. So in this flow, I want you to inhale, reach. You have a couple of different options. You can just kind of stay upright like I am here, leaning back, or you can stretch forward and get a deep stretch right here in that hip flexor, reaching all the way up. Whatever one you choose, let's stay there for 3 deep breaths. And your left knee should be forward because we're going to inhale, exhale, rotate that right arm all the way back. And we got this bent knee warrior position. And then I want you to windmill that right arm all the way over to your left knee. And if you can, bring this shoulder all the way back. And if you're feeling real spicy, you can bring that arm all the way up or behind your back, whatever one's best for you. Inhale, exhale, come back to center. This time you're going to reach all the way up. And if you have your left leg forward, you're going to drop your hand to the right. And I want you to reach to the right. Hold, and then exhale, come back up. Roll your shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands down, tuck your toe under, and see if you could stretch that leg all the way back. Now keep this knee slightly bent into what we call the pyramid pose. Now you should feel this in the hamstring. That's why we were doing those hamstring stuff in the beginning. I want you to inhale. Exhale, step your right leg all the way forward in the front of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold all the way down. And let's take 3 deep breaths, doing the ragdoll at the front of our mat. Feeling this in the hamstring. And then I want you to go ahead and inhale, bring your hands down. Exhale, step your left leg back. Drop the knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach all the way up. And again, the same thing. You could go here, stretch in here, or you can keep yourself in this upright position and stretching here. It's totally optional. Whatever one that feels best for you. Hold that for 3 deep breaths. Inhale, and then exhale, rotate your left arm all the way back. And keep this knee stacked right above the ankle. Inhale, exhale, windmill that left arm over there to the right knee. And you can bring that arm back. You can, whatever you want, just make sure that you're rotating that shoulder all the way back. Maybe you want to lift it up, whatever's best for you. Inhale, exhale, unwind, reach all the way up, hand comes down, and you do a little lateral side bend here. And again, if this is too much on your knees, you know, they sell these little knee mats. I probably should be wearing. I always like using my damn knee mat, but stay here. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands all the way down to frame that right foot. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, push back. Stretch that leg. Inhale. Exhale, step all the way forward. Inhale, exhale, fold. And stay in this ragdoll position for 3 deep breaths, going from side to side. And by now, you should definitely feel your hamstrings starting to loosen up a little bit. Especially when you guys vote on mobility and flexibility. I'm like, okay, well, where's the tightest part of all of our bodies is our hamstring and lower back. So inhale, bring yourself all the way up, and then see the world around you. It's bright. Of course, the sun and the snow, so that never helps, right? We got all the snow. 12 degrees, I think, right now. 17 degrees over here in Pittsburgh. It's horrible. So let's get our feet, now that we did, as I fall over, as we just did our sun salutations, you should start to feel your hamstrings, your hips, all these good stuff, our little half moon, our half knee pose. So now we're standing up, and I want you just to kind of get used to some of these standing poses before we transition into our Pilates, is that let's rotate our right foot in 15 degrees, our left foot out 90 degrees. And I want you to inhale, reach your hands all the way out. And I want you to look down before we go into our warrior, is that heel is in line with the back arch of your foot. So when you go ahead and push through, I don't want you to do this, right? And then you're putting so much strain on your ligaments. Make sure that your legs are wide enough so that whenever you push forward, your knee is stacked right here above the ankle, and you're getting the stretch in the inner thigh, your glute, and we're getting it where we're supposed to be. So you actually might have to take a wider step, is what I'm saying. So once you inhale, get into this warrior 2 position. Actually, that's actually a good video, is doing the position and lengthening. So I want you to inhale, exhale, bring that left elbow to your knee, and bring that right arm all the way up overhead for your side angle pose. Now from here, I want you to play around where you're sinking that hip. Maybe you're doing this. Maybe you're pushing a little bit forward. Maybe whatever you're doing, make sure that you have some engagement right there into your pinky toe, because that's going to turn on your hips, your glutes, and all that good stuff. Inhale, exhale, straighten that leg, and then drop that hand all the way down. Now, if this is too much, you can come down right here on your ankle. Just make sure you're rotating that arm back and you're not doing this, right? Rotate that arm back, feel that stretch, not only in your chest. Inhale like somebody's pulling you. Exhale, come all the way up. Bring those hands down, shake it off. Now you're going to rotate this left foot all the way out. You're going to rotate this right foot all the way out. And what did we just talk about? Look at the heel, look at the arch, make sure they're in line. Inhale, straighten those arms, and then exhale, bend that knee. Hold here, 3 deep breaths. I got the sun. I'm gonna get sunburn, I feel like, on the back of my arms. Sunburn when it's 17 degrees. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Feel that length, and then straighten that leg. And I'm going to go right here on this left side just so you can see. Rotating that arm all the way back. And like somebody's pulling you all the way up, come all the way up. And if you remember this wide-legged forward fold, roll your arms back. Inhale, exhale, fold all the way down. And allow your head to go all the way down, nice and slow. And just feel, remember when we first did this pose, does it feel like you're getting a little bit further? Inhale, bring yourself all the way up, walk your feet. You're going to bring them all the way till they're a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Grab your hip hinge, exhale, and roll yourself all the way up. So let's get into some of our Pilates stuff now. And when we get into the Pilates, I want you to inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. So we're going to be working core, we're going to be working hips, we're going to be working inner thighs. So one of the things that I really want you to think about is we got to get down here. Now, this might be hard for some, this might be easy for some, but I want you to try this. It's going to be called the Pilates. This is how we're going to get down to the ground. And this is something that Joseph actually would finish all of his classes with. But this is how we're going to actually start our class, just to get down under the ground. So we're going to inhale, come all the way up. We're going to exhale, fold, and this shows the similarities of yoga and Pilates. Is that we come all the way to this 3-step, all the way to that high plank position. But instead of just going all the way down, we bring, you could try it here. It's called a Pilates push-up, where you keep your elbows in tight and come back up. Or if you're like Nick, you're crazy, you can bring your knees down. And what we do is 3 of these Pilates push-ups. And then we cross our legs and sit all the way behind. And then we straighten ourselves all the way out. And you should feel that, obviously, in the arms. But that is a good transition, a good place to kind of explore. If you ever want a 5-minute workout, try that. Set a timer for 5 minutes and see how many you can do. It's cardio, strength, it's all the good stuff. So we're going to straighten out our arms. And what I want you to do, take a deep breath, exhale out the mouth, and I want you just to lift this left leg up nice and high as you can go, and I want you to hold. 3, 2, 1, bring it back down. Going to do the same thing with the right leg. Inhale, exhale, just bring it all the way up. Now, I don't want you doing this. Now, if you lean back a little bit, that's fine. But I want you to hold that leg. 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Hands come down. Now, I want you to do something called quad pumps. essentially you're going to try to push your knee into the ground. When you do so, it should turn on your quad. So hands down, I want you to think that you're pushing your knee into the ground, and you should feel your legs tense. We're going to spend like 10 seconds here, and this is just a good activation isometric exercise. Because what you're going to find out is when we do some of these stuff now that we're activating these quads, you're going to go ahead and feel them when we do some of our exercises. Isn't that crazy? One more. And then let's go ahead, bend the knee into your chest. And we're going to do that same thing, but I want you to grip your knee. I want you to lift this leg up. But when we lift, I want you to step it out to the side and then back. So you're using your knee as basically a brace so you're not falling all the way over. So roll your shoulders back. We got this 10 times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Not only do you feel this in your quad, but you feel this in your core. You feel this in your hips. Who would have thought just a little tap to tap would have been so hard, right? Tap to tap. 4 more. Tap to tap. 2 and 1. Extend your right leg, bring your left knee into your chest. Roll your shoulders back. Let's do the same thing. Lift that leg, step it to the outside of your mat, bring it back. You're going to find that one leg is going to be easier than the other. You might find that this is very difficult. You're like, both legs absolutely suck, right? But the problem is the imbalance of the muscles, right? And this is a movement. If you're somebody who's sitting for long hours, these are the muscles in your hip flexors that we need to strengthen. So that's why we're starting off our year doing exactly that. So 2 more. 1 and 2 and 2. And then bring the feet together in this wide-legged shake it off. And then let's go ahead, stretch our legs all the way back. And I want you to lean back on to your forearms. It's going to be like this, kind of like you're just chilling, watching a show. But I want you to think you're flat, right? You're flat. I'm lifting up my chest. I'm lifting the core. And I want you to inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Slow going down. Inhale. The reason we want slow going down and we want the exhale is obviously you can tell this is working the core nice and easy. And then when you exhale nice and slow, it helps engage said core. So this is just a modified single leg, straight leg lift. 1 more for each side. Inhale, slowly exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up. 3, 2, 1. 1 more for each side. Why not? Inhale, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, slow. 3, 2, 1. And then stretch yourself all the way out. Let me see if I can get back into the center here. Give yourself a full body stretch. And we're going to go left arm to right leg. So it looks like this. Inhale, exhale. We have 10 of these cross-body contralateral lifts. And again, I'm not crunching all the way up. what I want you to think is that I am actually rotating coming up. 2 and 1. Oh my gosh. And let's go ahead and do the same thing to the opposite side. Let me make sure I don't hit my punching bag here. So inhale, stretch that right arm. Exhale, rotating. And see how I'm trying to keep this shoulder down. Yeah, I love how the jazz section of the playlist starts coming on when we're doing core exercise. Never thought about that. 3. Let's do 2. And we got 1 more. And then we bring those knees into our chest. Oh my gosh. Start to feel that core burning. And then I want you to go ahead, bring your hands down, but keep your feet right here in that tabletop position. And then let's do our toe taps. So we're going to inhale, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up. And let's go 20 seconds here. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Inhale, exhale. Try to keep the hips sturdy, and really you start to feel this in your lower abdominal. Make sure your lower back is pressed firmly against the ground. All right, I'm done with Kenny G over here. I can't hear myself. Johnny Hodges, done with you, buddy. Can't even hear myself think. Okay, so back to, so we're gonna go tap 1. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do 1 more for each side. Inhale, exhale. Bring those knees in my chest. I'm just hearing trumpet, like saxophone, just blaring in my ear. If that's blaring in my ear, you guys are probably like, Nick, I'm out of here. We ain't doing saxophone yoga class. What the hell? So bring those knees into your chest. And let's go ahead and get into something called the double leg stretch. So with the double leg stretch, before we even get in there, let's find our threshold. So when we find our threshold, first, I want you to think your lower back has to be imprinted into the mat. Now, how do we do that? You make sure that you act like somebody's stepping on your stomach, essentially. Like you would make that brace. That's how you're going to engage your core. So when we do our double leg stretch, I want you to feel that engagement. You bring your knees to that tabletop. But for here, I want you to extend your legs and feel, where does it start to arc your lower back, and where does it feel like it gets into your lower back and it's not here in the core? Wherever that spot is, that's called your threshold. So when you remember that whenever you're doing any type of leg exercises, but that's where you go. Everybody's going to have a different threshold based upon core strength, pelvis, spine, you name it. So what I want you to do is get yourself into that tabletop position, hands all the way up, and I want you just to explore with a single leg your threshold position. Inhale, exhale back to center. Let's do 20 seconds here. Nice and controlled. Still got that clunk going out of my right hip, so that might explain my left side of my back's been yelling at me. There might be something out of whack here. But again, this is why you do these exercises, so you can kind of be like, that is something going on. 2, 1, and give it a rest. Bring those knees into your chest. Take a deep breath. We're working hard here. And now I want you to go ahead and do the double. We're going to do the traditional double leg stretch. So with your legs here, we're going to bring our arms up. We're going to do 10 of these where I want you to inhale, extend, and then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. You start to feel this in your neck, you could bring your head all the way down. When you bring your head all the way down, you're just going to bring your legs a little further up. Four more. 3, 2, 1 more. And bring those knees into your chest. Bring those feet down. And let's go ahead and get ourselves into a couple glute bridges here. So we did a whole bunch of flexion. Let's get ourselves in some extension here. So hands down. Inhale, bring yourself all the way up into a glute bridge. And we're going to hold here 10 seconds, squeeze in the butt, and I want you to try to get your hips up just a little bit higher. And we're going to try to bring the hips up just a little bit higher. Let's hold here for 3, 2, 1, and then come all the way down. Deep breath. We're going to do that one more time. 10-second hold. You know what? Let's do 15-second hold this time. Inhale, exhale, come all the way up. And you shouldn't be holding your breath for 15 seconds, right? Make sure you're breathing. We're holding the glute bridge for 15 seconds. Inhale, exhale. See if you can go a little further up. Hold that position. Breathe in, squeeze in the butt. Feel maybe you got a little shake and bake going on. That's good. Inhale, exhale, and slowly come all the way down. Let's stretch our right leg. Let me get here in position. Stretch our right leg, stretch our left leg all the way long. And I want you to go ahead and bring that right knee into your chest. However far you can go, I want you to bring your hand basically under this leg. If you can't grab under the leg, just extend your leg all the way up, point to toe. And what I want you to do here is I actually just want you to go ahead and bring your toes all the way down. Bring your foot all the way up. Toes down, foot up. Keep the other toe that's all the way on the ground pointing up. And what this is you start to feel this not only in your hamstring, but we're working something called the sciatic nerve. So all you people with sciatica, let's do a sciatic nerve glide. So you're going to inhale, bring those toes all the way down, bend your knee, and then exhale, straighten all the way up. So you inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. And point that toe, bring that leg all the way down, bend the left knee into your chest, straighten that leg, and just try a couple. Now, this is with my broken leg, so this feels completely different. Make sure your toes on the bottom are pointing up. We don't want to be just resting from the side. Once you find a good rhythm with your ankle, the dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, we inhale, exhale. Inhale. Oh my gosh, this is a completely different exercise for this left leg. Oh my God. This is the leg for me that has 14 screws, 2 plates, a broken screw in it. Oh my gosh, why does this suck? Inhale, exhale. See, this is the thing, right? Because these are like basic Pilates extension exercises, just teaching you how to learn to bend your foot, your ankle, triple extension. And this is why sometimes just going back to the basics is really important, because even me, I could do crazy poses and hold them for long periods of time, but something like this is absolutely torturing my ankle. Oh my God. One more. And reach, and then bring that leg all the way down. And let's go ahead and finish up with our crisscross. So our famous crisscross is not the bicycle crunch, right? If we've been here before, not the bicycle. So we bring our legs back into this tabletop. We're going to do this 20 times, 10 to each side. So your hands are just hovering behind your head. We're going to inhale, rotate, and stretch that leg. See how I'm just keeping my arm to the ground? And then we exhale back to center. When I hit the punching bag. So we inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. We're doing this 20 times total, 10 to each side. Using your breath, using your core. Make sure you're not throwing your head forward. We don't even care about the elbow touching the knee, right? We just care about the rotation of our shoulders. 6, 5, 4, 3, almost done, 2, and 1. And bend those knees into your chest. Do a couple circles here. Unwind. And let's go ahead, straighten your legs all the way out. Take a deep breath. Try to ground yourself down before you get yourself into the rest of your day. Make sure you're going right into a simple Shavasana here. And we're just going to try to get our breath for about 10 seconds. Inhale. Exhale. I want you to roll over to your left-hand side. And then exhale, push yourself all the way into a cross-legged pose here. And I want you to rotate your shoulders back, lift your chest, keep your eyes closed. And take 3 deep breaths in from your nose and out through the mouth. So let's inhale 3 deep out of your own breath. And then exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale out through the mouth. Let it all out. Open up your eyes for this last one. And then inhale, raise your arms up. And then exhale out through the mouth. Bring your hands all the way down into a prayer position. And we bring our hands to our heart and we say namaste. So namaste, everyone. Well done. Thank you for tuning in to our yoga and Pilates class. We do this every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And then we do another one that's 25 minutes more restorative at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I know we're live on YouTube, we're live on Instagram, we're live everywhere, right? So wherever you're tuning in from, drop a fire, drop a like, drop a heart, drop a comment. Let me know how I could be of assistance. Let me know what you thought of this flow. And yeah, I'll stick around here for a couple more minutes, answer some questions, see how you guys did. And I'm going to hope, and the best part is, hopefully, if this all worked, I saved this to our community. If you didn't know, you guys wanted me to start a Facebook community. So that's what we did. So we saved this onto the Facebook community. So I don't know, I'm on a Restream, I'm on these different apps. I don't even know how the hell it works, but I just trust technology that it does work. So Let everybody was. Thank you. Great way to start up. Thank you. I'm so out of shape. I missed it. It's okay. We do this every Sunday, right? So then you have a chance to do it again at on Sunday, right? Or Sunday. Today is Sunday at 7 p.m. So let me bring you over here. And again, so because I know some people talked about, you got my little mouse right here. I know some people talked about wanting to watch it on their TV. So I think having it in the broadcast channel, having it on YouTube, having it or broadcast channel, having it on the Facebook channel gives you multiple ways to try it, right? Perfect and yay for the sun. The Pilates section hit the abs. Oh my gosh, my core, right? Now, what do you think about starting Pilates first? I know it's like we're starting kind of cold, or I mean, second. So it's like we're starting, usually we start kind of cold and then warm ourselves up. What do you feel after we warm ourselves up and then get ourselves into the Pilates? Do you find that that is a little bit better? Do you find that that's more beneficial?